So with that, it's time to find out if this is done or if this are, it's just going to be another shortcoming for Orlando. They take on the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Final. A look at the numbers so far here in the playoffs, though. Honestly, I mean, for my guys, I don't even care. Ashburn, I mean. Sean Kemp also dislocated his elbow either in Game 6 or Game 7. Game 6, because Sean Kemp didn't play Game 7. And that's how Sean Kemp's career in Minnesota comes to an end. Let's focus on the team that's still in it. 31 points a game for Penny Hardaway. And needless to say, Brian Russell, who you nearly let go of, that might have been the smartest decision you ever made, was to hold on to him. The team you're up against, though, the Milwaukee Bucks, look like this. Patrick Ewing. Live by the Ewing, die by the Ewing, perhaps. Patrick Ewing, Vin Baker, and their band of merry men, including Hot Rod Williams. It's Ewing and Baker. So literally, coffee, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. It literally comes down to front court, back court. They have the better front court with Baker and Ewing. And you guys obviously have Penny. Game 1, Eastern Conference Final, Orlando and Milwaukee. Let's see how this first game plays out. May 18th, 1997. It's a close one. It's a close one. Milwaukee takes the lead. As we get to under 2 minutes left, it's a 1-point game. Let's jump in. We know how this works. It's consistently close games for Orlando. Here you go. Up by 1 with 1:38 to play. Ball over to Jim Jackson. With the bounce pass. Penny. 1-on-1. Fakes the fadeaway. Elected not to pull the trigger. Jackson. What a pass over to Juwan Howard. Down low. Jermaine gets denied. And Jackson gets it to fall on the second chance. Wow, what a play by Jim Jackson. 3-point lead for the Magic. Vin Baker. Baker gets it to fall. Baker and Ewing are going to be real tough to shut down. Risky pass. Jermaine O'Neal has it. Up directly against Patrick Ewing. O'Neal for Russell. Jackson. Off the pick from Jermaine O'Neal. Jim Jackson can't get it to fall. Ewing gets the rebound. Ceballos, let's see what he can do. Hands off for Gray or Ewing. A lot of ball movement here. A lot of ball movement. Williams gets it to fall. Milwaukee grabs the lead with 20 seconds to go. Another clutch moment needed here for some members of the Magic.
It's always interesting to me to see what play a coach has saved for a situation.
It's Penny Hardaway's ball. 1-on-1, Hardaway. Trying to drive, getting shut down. Hands off for Jim Jackson. Feeds it over to the corner, barely held in. Russell for Howard. 5 seconds. Jim Jackson. Shot for Jermaine O'Neal. He's blocked by Ewing. And the Milwaukee Bucks take game 1, 99-98. A shocker in Orlando to start things off as the Bucks take game 1. Rough scenes for that first game. Only 22 points from Penny, 22 for Russell. Ceballos with 25 on his own. Ewing with 22. Double-double for Vin Baker. There you go. Game 1 in the books. The Bucks with the lead. Game number 2. Seattle has a 1-0 lead. Let's see. The Magic can battle back before we head to Milwaukee. Games 3 and 4. Super close game down the stretch again. The Bucks pulling away a little bit. It's a 4-point lead. We're basically committing to watching every damn game at this stage. Unbelievable. 109 to 105. 151 left in the fourth. The Bucks trying to take a 2-0 series lead. And the conference final inbound is turned over. Risky pass for Jermaine O'Neal doesn't pay off. Williams gets the layup to go. Disaster to start off. It's 111-105 for Milwaukee. Jim Jackson for Penny. Penny gets it to fall. Leads back down to 4. Held up. He's going to look for a pass. Finds Patrick Ewing. Can't get it to go. Thought it was blocked by Jermaine. Maybe contested enough. 1:15 on the clock. Jim Jackson. Fade away. Bank doesn't go. Cousins on the rebound. Baker involved. The lead is still 4. 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter of game 2. 1-0 lead for Milwaukee in this series. Cousins. Out for Vin Baker, driving on Brian Grant, and he gets it to go. The bank from Vin Baker. 6-point lead. Jim Jackson left open, he misses. O'Neal on the rebound. Can't get the putback to go. Baker on the rebound again. Vin Baker showing up here late in the fourth quarter. It was a timeout, as opposed to a foul. 6-point lead. But it is Milwaukee ball, and there will be a foul coming up here in a moment. We'll see what Cousins can do. He hits these free throws. It's GG. There's the first. That's it. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to take a 2-0 series lead. 119 to 108. 30 points each for Hardaway and Russell. But in the end, it didn't matter. 25 points for Vin Baker, the double-double for Patrick Ewing. And Milwaukee has a 2-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference Final. Game 3. As Dallas won Game 2 to tie up that series. Here we go. In Milwaukee, Orlando needs a win or they face a 3-0 deficit. The Bucks have led the entire game, but the Magic are keeping it close. We get to the final 2 minutes, 5-point lead for Milwaukee. Tell me if you've heard this one before. 3 games and 3 times we'll join in to see the end of it. Because of how close of a game it is, it's Milwaukee ball. Orlando desperately needs a stop. This Milwaukee court's dope. Patrick Ewing! Wide open, down low. The lead is 7. The Magic are in a world of hurt right now. They need someone to take over. Here's Juwan Howard to Ostertag. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Put back goes. Great individual effort from Greg Ostertag. The lead's down to 5 once again. 1:20 to play. Down low, Patrick Ewing against Jermaine O'Neal. Ewing, the fade away. Patrick Ewing. In the Young Bucks' face, Patrick Ewing. Like a CM Punk right hook. What a shot by Ewing. Howard can't get it to fall. Did Penny foul out? Why is Juwan Howard kind of leading the way offensively? 50 seconds. Milwaukee scores here. It's GG. Open shot. Mid-range it goes. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to take a 3-0 series lead over the #1 seed Orlando Magic. 33 points for Patrick Ewing. Ceballos and Baker up there as well. Hardaway fouled out. Jim Jackson fouled out. GG's. It is a 3-0 lead for the Milwaukee Bucks. Just when you thought a Minnesota collapse from 3-1 was bad enough, the #1 seed Magic, the second best team in the NBA all season long behind Minnesota, and we are both at risk of fucking blowing it. One of us should have won the title this year. You guys still can, but you're down 3-0. It's game 4. Can the Magic battle back? The Bucks indeed haven't lost all playoff long. They have been incredible, at least from what I saw. It's close. It's close down the stretch again. How's this one gonna play out? We get to 2 minutes left. Milwaukee at the moment has a 1-point lead. We'll see if it's any more than that. They are at the free throw line with 2:12 on the clock. Are the Magic gonna run out of magic and get pumped by Patrick Ewing and the Milwaukee Bucks? Ceballos hits it. 2-point lead for the Bucks. Penny Hardaway. The timeout called. If the Magic were to fall, your core roster is still pretty much intact. You can run it back next year. You don't have nearly as much to worry about as I do in terms of losing 3 of my better players. At the same time, those better players haven't done anything for me, so maybe that's honestly what I needed, is to lose the likes of the higher paid talent that just aren't delivering. But for you guys, I mean, you will have to re-sign Penny, but he's not at risk of leaving necessarily. 2:09 to go. 2-point Bucks lead. They're up 3-0 here in the Eastern Conference Final. O'Neal for Brian Russell. He and Jim Jackson have complimented Penny very well. Juwan Howard trying to make something happen. He's got nowhere to go against Vin Baker. Brian Russell's 3 bounces out. Baker on the rebound. What a player Vin Baker is. Hands off to Cousins. It's literally Vin Baker and Patrick Ewing willing this team. Baker down low against Juwan Howard. Baker gets him to go. Puts it up. Gets it to fall. 4-point lead for Milwaukee. Vin Baker, 21 points on the day. Down low for Penny. Here comes the double team with Vin Baker. Hardaway out to Juwan Howard. Howard shot falls. Great look from Juwan Howard. The lead's back down to 2. 1:10 on the clock. Vin Baker again. No double team. Just rinses Juwan Howard. The lead's back up to 4. Vin Baker. 56 seconds left, perhaps, in Orlando's season. Jackson for Hardaway. Here comes the double team. Vin Baker over there every time. Brian Russell. Jim Jackson now. 43 seconds left. Penny gets blocked by Ewing. On the run. Nobody to stop him. Milwaukee up by 6.
Exceptional in transition. Great job running all 94 feet.
Now here's Jackson.
Penny can't force his way in. Jermaine O'Neal misses, gets his own rebound, blocked by Ewing. The Milwaukee Bucks The number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, the second best team in all of the NBA, are going to fall short. I'm not even going to take the chance to dunk on you. I can't believe that. You are going to get swept by Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now back-to-back losses in the Eastern Finals. You lost to Atlanta last year as Grayer hits them both. 111 to 103 with 17 seconds to go.
17 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Tonight, they just weren't good enough.
That's unreal.
You start thinking of next game.
Just two big men. I mean, again, it is a different era. But Ewing and Vin Baker feels like they were the reason. Can't say single-handedly when it was two of them, but
17 seconds left.
There's the three. Does not go. No intentional fouls. The white flag is out. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to the NBA Finals in 1997.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks.
Will it be Seattle or Dallas? Who's to say?
Gotta be excited,
But a brutal end to Orlando's season
and the players themselves.
in what feels like the one that got away.
Just 4 wins away from
Day, I lost core players, but I have young replacements for all three of them.
Will probably be their
So I'm not boned,
What, though? Winning the Western Conference.
but my chances also depend on the development of certain players.
How this season ends, it's been a successful
But a brutal,
and they'll represent
brutal end.
a final series that's near.
Both of us as 1 seeds fail. 23 points for Vin Baker in the double-double. Penny with 38 points. Terry O with that massive set of balls on him. Terry, how the heck are you? It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. How was, I know you were on plate up there at the end of it. What's up? You are just in time to witness both chat and myself fail historically. Oh, chat, we both blew it. We both blew it. Terry, I'm doing great, man. NBA's been a real fun time. The joy of sports. But yeah, that is a brutal, brutal loss for you guys. And Hardaway and Russell were great. You know, Tag Howard O'Neal were all solid in terms of rebounds, but yeah. Like, it really did feel like if Russell and Hardaway weren't carrying, there was a little bit of a lack of secondary scoring. Just a bit. That's absolutely crazy. Who's going to the NBA Finals? Seattle and Milwaukee. If Jason Kidd wins a title with Seattle, when I could have had him but went for Gary Payton instead. The Seattle Supersonics, which is amazing to say, are the 1997 NBA champions. With a guy named Calbert Chaney being finals MVP. It went 7, but the Sonics are champions. Jason Kidd and the Seattle Supersonics. So looking ahead for the Magic, again, you're not really losing anybody. You still have Penny. You are going to have to re-sign him, but he's not a severe threat of leaving. But your depth is still concerning, but it's young. For me, I'm losing Gary Payton, but I have Derek Fisher, Bob Sura, so I'm not that upset. I am losing Sean Kemp, which is the one that hurts. But Mashburn can play power forward, so Sprewell might be okay. And then I'm losing Brad Doherty, but I have Theo Ratliff. So I'm not necessarily boned either. And in theory, I'm going to have a lot of money to play with this offseason. So we are both in very very interesting spots heading into this next season. I honestly didn't think we were. Wow, Jason Kidd didn't even help them win it. He was hurt. Jesus. I didn't think we'd be getting to this next season. I thought for sure one of us would win it. Jason Kidd only started 8 games for them, and then he got hurt. He broke his ankle, or sprained his ankle. Wow. So Antonio McDyess, Steve Smith, Galbert Cheney, Cliff Robinson. They got it done. And old James Worthy, who was also out for the year. That's an incredible season. So heading into the next year, player retirements. Larry Nance, Dominique Wilkins, Brian Scott's gone, Sam Perkins. A lot of notable players on the way out. Xavier McDaniel's already gone. Used to be it for the big names. Hall of Fame inductee is Dominique Wilkins. No surprise. Jersey retirements. Dominique's number 21 with the Atlanta Hawks. In terms of historical changes, the 76ers are adopting the Iverson look. The Sacramento Kings have updated their uniform and floor. The New Jersey Nets are going to their later look, dropping the red, white, and blue. The Washington Bullets have become the Washington Wizards, a complete rebrand for them. Golden State will update their logo. And then there's the league meetings. Nothing went through. So the draft lottery. The Vancouver Grizzlies have the top odds. I have another pick from the Lakers. I don't remember. And it wasn't protected, yeah. That's right, it wasn't. Neither of the picks we had were protected. That pick's mine no matter what. Let's see what happens here. Golden State with that sweet logo. Miami stays at 13 after taking Iverson first last year and winning the lottery. Chicago stays at 12. Sacramento Kings stay at 11. Could I get the pick that can help keep my franchise as competitive as I want it to be? The New York Knicks stay at 10. Again, you guys are not in this lottery. Number 9, the Boston Celtics jump. The Celtics are in the top 3. The Phoenix Suns have moved up into the top 3. Okay. Still got a shot of being there. The Warriors, I was going to say. I'm used to saying Washington from your series with them. Golden State stays at 7. Still got a shot, the number 1 pick for the moment. The Spurs. And I am down to 4. 3 teams jump in. I'm going to be down to 5th, actually. Whew. So we had the second best odds. We'll be selecting 5th in this draft, which I don't hate. Phoenix, Boston, San Antonio. So Vancouver really got fucked as well. You guys have the 19th pick as well as the 27th. I have the 5th, the 22nd, and the 28th. A lot of picks to play with here in this draft. So to the draft we go. The 1997 NBA draft. First overall, after selecting Kobe Bryant last year. Second, the Phoenix Suns take Tim Duncan. Kobe and Duncan on the same team. That might have slammed my window shut, given that they're in the West. Second overall, the Boston Celtics take Tracy McGrady. He'll play with Steve Nash. Third overall, the San Antonio Spurs take point guard Chauncey Billups. And that is who I wanted in this draft. Fourth overall, the Vancouver Grizzlies take Keith Van Horn at forward. Which brings up the Wolves at fifth. I will be making the pick. There was no offer for this pick, which is pretty rough. There aren't really any good point guards at this stage. Brevin Knight's there. Antonio Daniels isn't a terrible player. There is one player I have in mind, though. I'm just taking inventory. And that player, Steven Jackson. Tim Thomas, not that one. Donald Foyle at center. Scott Pollard, Survivor legend. No doubt in my mind. Fifth pick, Minnesota takes Steven Jackson. From none, apparently. Indiana at 6 takes Steve Weber. And we'll go ahead and sim to the next user pick, which is you guys. You're going to get a trade offer. All right, let's see what you got. So you already kind of saw that this draft was looking a bit weak. Trading 2 picks for a first rounder down the road, Trade a first this year and Tony Delk for Chicago's 98 and 2000. Both are unprotected. Michael Jordan's getting old. You might want to consider that. There isn't really a great pick left. This is a pretty bad draft outside of the Big Four. If I were you, I would greatly consider that Chicago trade and maybe look at slightly playing the long game. An unprotected pick in 98. For all you know, that could be Dirk, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter. Someone said Paul Pierce was in the other draft. He was in this one. Antoine Jameson, Rashard Lewis, Mike Bibby. And the 2000 drafts, Jamal Crawford, Mike Miller, Hito Turkoglu. I mean, there could be some good ones. You might want to consider that. 2 firsts in this draft for Doug West and PJ Brown. Maybe not what you want to do. A first and a second for a top 3 protected 99 pick and an 0-1 first rounder. Kevin Edwards, whose deal is up, I believe, so that's definitely not worth it. Murray and Weber, probably not worth it. I mean, yeah, they're not that great. It's 2 first rounders for him. First and a second and 99 for Utah's 2000 and 01, I was going to say. Point guard Lee Person for a first and a second. This guy is going to be better than anything you can draft. He has B potential. You could get a really solid guard to shore up this offense. You ain't getting anything close to him for those 2 picks. It's up to you whether or not you want to spend the money on him or go for the other draft picks. I would go for the Chicago or Sacramento deal. Easily. Chris Morris, Greg Anthony. You don't have Morris signed after this year and you have to give up a first. Austin Williams, Jerome Kersey at 35. Those deals are both up. You could get a very old Dennis Rodman. Houston, both protected picks. You could get a veteran big man in Rick Smits. 7'4", Rick Smits. If you didn't have faith in Jermaine O'Neal to get better. Then 2 firsts for Harvey Grant, and a first. And Utah's offer, freaking Vancouver's offering the deal way down the road. So, your options here, chat. Your option. As we'll get the poll going. It's going to be a what do. Draft, even though you know there's not too many good players left. There's that Bulls offer. And the other really great offer I mean, Utah's there if you wanted to play it very far down the road of 2000 and 2001, and likely Malone and Stockton will be done by then. Or you take the Kings deal of Person. Those were the best offers for sure. So the poll is up. Let's see what you go with, but both of us, honestly, is in our best interest to trade out of this draft from here on out. So, and that Bulls offer is going to win it. Chat's going to play it safe with the money and not go after Lee Person. So this 19th pick and Tony Delk off to Chicago for their first rounder next year and a first rounder in 2000 if need be. Done deal. I'm coming up here not that long from now. Fuck. I have to make the pick. It probably will be a Donald Foyle. Ugh. Foyle's not bad, but again, this is not a phenomenal draft by any stretch of the imagination. Bobby Jackson's there. Could go for him. But I already have 3 young point guards, so what's the point in another one? Plus that dude's 24. Bucktooth Beaver, motherfucker. Well, this sucks. I am going to take the big man, Donald Foyle. Did go to the Warriors once upon a time. I am losing Brad Dougherty, too, so it makes sense. Send to the next pick. It's Orlando. You don't get a trade offer. Okay. Well, honestly, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. You got nothing. Like, you're not likely. There is Derek Anderson, who is real. He finished 7th in terms of total points. To be honest, I'm just going to handle this for you, chat, because what the fuck? It's either that guy or it's one of these dudes. Starter bench, starter bench, starter bench. You might as well just take the real guy then, because it's way more fun. That's what I would do. So, yeah, where the hell was he? This is a rough day at the office. So yeah, Derek Anderson is your guy. I'm up next. Please, somebody. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Doesn't even matter what it is. Just get me the hell out of this draft. Philadelphia's first rounder, 99, top 3 protected. George McLeod. A 2000 first rounder from Cleveland. PJ Brown. Sean Elliott. How good's this guy? C rating. Let's get the fuck out of here. Tracy Murray, a 2000 first rounder from Utah. All right, so same deal as Cleveland. Willie Towns, C rated. Not great. Chris Morris. Jerome Kersey is a veteran. Greg Elo. Another 2000 first rounder. So pretty much, I'm looking at the 2000 draft. Or the 01 draft from Seattle. God help us if we go to the year 2000. But would I rather have a pick in the 2000 draft or the 01? I'd probably rather go the 01. Paul Gasol, Joe Johnson, Tony Parker. Right now, I'm leaning towards that Seattle deal. Unless Dennis Farrell's any good. Hello. A- potential Dennis Farrell. Gonna give up a second rounder in 98. Holy hell. He was a second round pick, though. He could walk away for pretty much nothing. Sooner rather than later, it's worth the risk. I'm taking Dennis Farrell from Portland. He might walk sooner rather than later, but that's a definite deal. Orlando, one of the final picks of the drafts. I'll do the same thing that I did for me before, because everyone sucks. Just take the biggest dude with the biggest wingspan. So there you go. And that is it for the 1997 draft. 85 out of the draft. Tim Duncan joins Kobe in Phoenix. You got T-Mac, Chauncey. I end up with 73 rated Steven Jackson. We'll double check how good these guys are here in a minute. It's better from the rookie signing screen. So for you guys, Derek Anderson, A- potential. You're welcome. So A- potential for Anderson. He's only a 69. Tate's a B-. You might as well sign both of them. Shit. Just get you some depth. You have a little bit of cap space, but you do have a cap hold on. For me, Steven Jackson. All right, well, I just got dicked. Thanks, 2K. That's probably the most questionable potential you've had yet. Like, I'm thinking of the same Steven Jackson, right? Played for the Pacers, for Golden State. Almost 13,000 points. Okay. Well, I got fucked. That's brutal. That's a brutal rating for Steven Jackson. That's horrific. I'm not going to sign him for that much then. If he's only a C, I'm not paying him $6 million. I'm going to let him walk. 5th overall, and I have to let him walk because 2K horrifically underrated him. That fucking sucks. 4th in scoring from this, admittedly less than stellar draft class. But that's fucking brutal, dude. The guy had almost 13,000 points in his career. What the fuck? He had just about an equal points per game as Chauncey Billups. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm not going to sign him. He'll cap out at like a 77, 78. But for a defensive specialist, I can't sign him for $6 million a season. I can't do it. I mean, look at that. My cap room is apparently fucked already because of the cap holds. And then O'Donnell Foyle gets a C+. 75 rated.
Oh, good for you.
Coffee, thank you for the follow. If you didn't already, I feel like you did. No, you subbed and then 35 minutes later you followed. You're a beautiful human. Thank you. I know Foyle's a 75 rating to start, but the problem is I already have Theo Ratliff. Like, Theo's in the exact same boat, except he's already better.
Oh, good.
And Juggernaut as well. Thank you for the follow. I'm honestly thinking about letting go of O'Donnell Foyle too. I go my own way. Apparently, G League doesn't exist. I definitely can't sign Steven Jackson for that much money. And honestly, I feel like I can better spend than what I would be spending on O'Donnell Foyle. And for you guys, it's obvious. Just sign both of them because they're inexpensive, relatively. But for me, they were both first rounders. And I got money problems to worry about. I don't think I'm going to sign Foyle. I'm going to focus on Theo. I got a lot of contracts that have come due. We got a lot of money to spend. It's true that Sean Kemp... Yeah, Sean Kemp is about to leave. Mashburn can play power forward. He shouldn't be leaving. Honestly, yeah, I might have to sign him because Mark Eaton's out too. I'm going to have to sign him. I don't want to for that price, but we'll sign him. But yeah, because 2K absolutely did Steven Jackson dirty. I'm going to let him go. 5th overall. That is a fucking horrible break for me and a great break for you guys that I ended up with a 5th overall pick. That could have been second. Could have been Tracy McGrady. I lose the lottery and then end up with Steven Jackson, and that's probably the worst rating I've seen so far in terms of potential. For him to at least not be like a solid B is pretty disrespectful. But there we go. So we go to the team options. I will accept the options on Theo and Bob Sura. And for you guys, there's really no reason to not bring back Howard, Grant, and Ostertag. For the salaries that it costs you, those are damn good players. Damn good players. There's no reason for you to reject either of those. I wouldn't. So let's just move forward. I'm going to be haunted by this bald fuck until you win or I win. I am going to be haunted by that. Fuck me. All right. So qualifying offers. I will extend an offer to Mashburn and Allen Houston. I don't know about Charlie Ward. To be honest, if I got Fisher and Sura, I can let go of Charlie Ward. But Mashburn and Houston are staying. For you guys, Penny is an obvious one. Chris Canatti's not going to get any better, so you might as well let him go. You do have Corliss, who's still an A- potential. And then Eric Snow is a C-, so you might as well. I mean, you can bring back Snow for depth. You're not going to lose out on much there. Honestly, you might as well actually just keep these two because they might be better than who the AI auto signs for you. And you're not missing out on that much money by keeping them. So, that is what I would do. But yeah, I am going to let go of Charlie Ward to try to save a little bit of money. I don't know if that's the best decision. But at this point, I'm second-guessing a lot of things. Honestly, I might have to keep him just because I don't have great depth at guard. I don't even... Well, I did just trade for Dennis Farrell, didn't I? Yeah, I just had that guy offered to me out of nowhere. So we actually should be okay. Yeah, I'm going to let go of Charlie Ward. Okay. So, free agency. Well, I think that's a good place to leave it, don't you? I think that's a pretty good place to leave it.